Recently, after losing to the Denver Nuggets for the second year in a row, the Lakers front office decided to fire their head coach. That seemed pretty harsh. I mean, he led the team to the Western Conference Finals in 2023 and won the first ever in-season tournament championship this year. Those are major achievements, but the front office fired him without a second thought and kicked him out. Then, in their search for a new head coach, they turned their attention to Dan Hurley, the head coach for the UConn Huskies, an NCAA Division I basketball team and the reigning back-to-back champions. They reviewed his resume, interviewed him, and even wined and dined him on a Friday night. Later, he told ESPN over the phone that he was extremely impressed and would give them his answer by Monday. LeBron James already gave his approval a few months ago, tweeting, "He's so damn good." The writing was on the wall. Even during the NBA Finals, all Los Angeles could talk about was Dan Hurley, Dan Hurley, Dan Hurley. Come Monday, however, the outcome was different from what everyone had expected. In an email Hurley sent to CNN, he wrote, "I am humbled by this entire experience. At the end of the day, I am extremely proud of the championship culture we have built at Connecticut. We met as a team before today's workout, and our focus right now is on getting better this summer and connecting as a team as we continue to pursue championships." If there was ever a way to make rejecting a coaching offer sound like a romantic breakup, this email did it perfectly. There are various theories on why people believe Dan Hurley rejected the Lakers. Some say it was about money, that the Lakers offered too little. Others think Hurley was never really interested in the job and used it as leverage to get a better deal from the Huskies. Regardless, there's a negative stigma around the Lakers organization suggesting it's not a desirable job and that nobody wants to coach the Lakers. Maybe it's me. This tweet by LeBron James in 2023 probably sums up a big reason why nobody wants to coach the Lakers. After all, taking the job means dealing with this. LeBron's nickname is the King or King James, which sounds impressive, but the problem is he often behaves like one too. Like we just saw, he throws tantrums if coaches don't listen to him, takes himself out of games whenever he wants, makes up his own plays, and basically does whatever he wants whenever he wants. If he likes you, everything is wonderful. But if the relationship turns sour, things can get quite ugly.
To argue the call, and then he pushes his coach David Blatt out of the way.
Mark Stein of ESPN once said, "I saw it from a close range in my role as a sideline reporter through the finals for ESPN Radio. James essentially called timeouts and made substitutions. He openly barked at Blatt after decisions he didn't like. He huddled frequently with assistant coach Tyronn Lue, often looking at anyone other than Blatt. There was James, in one instance I witnessed from right behind the bench, shaking his head vociferously in protest after one play Blatt drew up in the third quarter of Game 5, amounting to the loudest nonverbal scolding you could imagine, which forced Blatt, in front of his whole team, to wipe the board clean and draw up something else." When someone decides to take on the role of the Lakers head coach, this is something they'll have to deal with, and to be perfectly honest, nobody wants to deal with this if they don't have to. A few years ago, Kevin Durant shared this comment. "So much hype comes from being around LeBron from other people. He has so many fanboys in the media. Even the beat writers just fawn over him. I'm like, we're playing basketball here, and it's not even about basketball at certain points. So I get why anyone wouldn't want to be in that environment because it's toxic." The second reason nobody wants to coach the Lakers is the seemingly constant toxic environment surrounding LeBron James. For instance, during the 2024 season, whenever I researched NBA topics, there was almost always something negative happening with the Lakers and Darvin Ham. LeBron James reportedly doing everything to undermine Darvin Ham. Lakers coach Darvin Ham standing in question amid locker room disconnect. Did Darvin Ham cost LeBron James his last chance at another NBA title? Some might argue that this isn't entirely LeBron's fault, that it comes with playing in LA, and while there's some truth to that, I don't recall Jeremy Lin or Swaggy P facing such a toxic environment when they were part of a struggling Lakers team.
You feel me? We back in the building. Y'all thought we was gone. My man Jay Lynn was doing his thing. Jay Hill doing his thing.
The truth is, LeBron's presence in LA amplifies everything. It's literally championship or bust when he's around, and that pressure can break people, whether they're coaches or players. Danny Green captured it perfectly on Draymond's podcast when he said,
the Lakers' job is a tough one, man, and people think, you're a tough mental player, kid, coach, whatever you like. I could do anything. I've been through the ringer. I can handle it. I'll be fine. Until you get in there, that ring is a different type of ring. And I've seen certain guys, even the most toughest guy, Russell Westbrook. There's not a guy that I know in this league that is as tough mentally than him. You know what I'm saying? That carries that confidence, chip on his shoulder, night in, night out, don't give a damn with who says anything. And he went to LA and he just looked like a different person. And I'm like, damn, those lights are different. That organization, those fans are different. It can change you. It can kind of break some people.
So, the first two reasons why nobody wants to coach the Lakers are that LeBron James can be an extremely challenging player to manage, and there's a high risk of public embarrassment. The second reason is that coaching the Lakers isn't just a regular coaching job. For example, even though Westbrook wasn't a coach, his significant underperformance led to death threats and unprecedented harassment for him and his family.
The shaming of my name, the shaming of my character, the shaming of who I am as a person, is not warranted. I haven't done anything to anybody. I haven't hurt anyone. I haven't done anything but play basketball a way that people may not like. Once it starts to affect my family, my wife, even today, my mom said something about it today, and it affects them even going to games. I don't even want to bring my kids to the game because...
The final reason nobody wants to coach the Lakers is that, despite being one of the most famous sports organizations of all time, the visionary owner, Dr. Buss, is no longer with us. And unfortunately, his legacy isn't upheld as well by his successors. His daughter, Jeannie Buss, and general manager Rob Pelinka have struggled to manage the team effectively. For example, since Phil Jackson left in 2011, the Lakers have had 7 coaches. This alone reflects significant organizational instability. On top of that, even winning a championship doesn't guarantee job security with the Lakers. Take Frank Vogel, for example. He led the Lakers to a championship in 2020. However, the next year, injuries caused them to lose in the first round of the playoffs. In response, the front office made some questionable decisions, like letting Alex Caruso leave for free and trading KCP and Kyle Kuzma for Russell Westbrook. It's hard to pinpoint who's more at fault. The front office initially wanted DeMar DeRozan and could have kept Caruso and KCP, but they went with Westbrook because LeBron wanted him. But anyway, you get the point. The ownership and leadership made so many mistakes throughout the season, and when poor Frank Vogel couldn't fix their mistakes by winning another championship, they fired him at the end of the season. They didn't take any blame themselves or admit, "we messed up." Instead, they put all the blame on the coach. So if you were Dan Hurley and already had a comfortable job that pays a bit less, why would you join this chaotic situation? J.R. Smith was right to warn him with that tweet. Sure, you'll earn a bit more and enjoy the fantastic weather in LA, but unless you can win a championship with a 40-year-old LeBron who insists on doing things his way and an all-NBA caliber power forward who is unfortunately made of glass, you'll be blamed, scrutinized, and your family might feel the pain too. Unless LeBron leaves LA. There's a significant chance LeBron might leave the Lakers. If that happens, coaching the Lakers could become an excellent opportunity. But that raises the question, where will LeBron go next? Well, I've examined all the available teams and options. Just as I accurately predicted the 2024 NBA Finals, I'm confident in my prediction of LeBron's next destination. Curious to find out where? Click on this next video right here.